right, good evening, everybody. This is Calvin Butler with Flipstream and RBBS Holdings, LLC. And tonight is our regularly scheduled Wednesday night training for our Flipstream day trade training at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We try to have this every Wednesday. I've been absent the last couple of Wednesdays because I've been dealing with some medical issues with my diabetes. In case some of y'all didn't know, people out there in social media land, I am type 2 diabetic, and everything was under control. My A1C is good, and my diabetic, it seemed like it was in perfect, the numbers were all perfect for a while, and then all of a sudden it just started going haywire. I wake up in the mornings, my blood sugar was way low. I wake up in the middle of the night, my blood sugar is way high, and the doctors can't seem to figure out what's causing it to fluctuate like that. I haven't really changed anything in my diet, but I have been doing a lot of exercise. Been lifting weights, I've been doing my push-ups, I've been doing crunches, a lot more than I would normally do. And I've lost about 147 pounds over the last year. So they think it's just maybe my body adjusting to the weight loss and the extra activity, because I'm doing a lot of push-ups and stuff like that, which is increasing muscle mass, which burns more what? Glucose. So they think that might be the problem. So they're looking at some stuff, thinking some things that they can put me on and, things like that. So, but anyway, that's that. But I'm here tonight, and I hope you all are in a mood to kind of look at some stuff tonight, because let me start sharing my screen. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
All right, great. All right. What you're looking at now is our RBBS Holdings. This is going to be our parent site. RBBS Holdings is our parent site. You can get there by going to rbbsholdingsllc.com. I know it doesn't say that up there now because we just activated the but you can actually type in RBBS Holdings, and as you can see, llc.com, and you can pull it up, but it's going to show the link that we created this site under freesoftsites.com. But because we just activated, and it takes about 48 hours for that to go away, and you to see the RBBS Holdings LLC.com up there. But when you type in the RBBS Holdings LLC.com, it does take you here. Okay, so this is our holding site. This site is when you all contact people, and when you contact them and they ask the question, well, what's your company? Who's your company? Who are you? Right? You all give them this side of this. This tells them who we are, what we do, how we operate. This site is also going to be for those of you who have deals outside of our real estate day trade, like Mr. Sheldon just sent us over a deal that he has on a contract already. And by the way, Mr. Sheldon is one of our new day traders. He is he's a semi-experienced real estate investor here in Tallahassee, Florida. He knocked on my door, right, Mr. Sheldon? He knocked on my door, asking about my property.
So, yes, sir. That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, he took a training course that cost him a lot of money, by the way, that showed him the old way of the kind of old-fashioned way of doing it. The way that's kind of outdated, going out knocking on doors, and and he can tell you right now that doesn't yield a whole lot of success, right?
It sure doesn't. I mean, it's just constant. It's a numbers game, so you just gotta keep doing it. But and then there's a lot of waste of gas, a lot of time. So it doesn't.
So he knocked on my door. Yeah, and he wasn't expecting to get what he got. So
yeah.
I invited him in. We wound up having a private, on Fifth Street, right? On Fifth Street, right?
Yes, sir.
And tell me how you feel about it. Tell me how you feel about it.
It's great so far.
All right, great.
Great.
It definitely,
Yeah, I like.
it definitely does allow you to search more prospects, get more prospects, to allow you to make better use of your time.
Oh no, for sure. And I got a job on top of this, so it's allowing me the free time I do have. It allows me to pinpoint more leads and focus on the areas that actually potential are that they're willing to do a deal. So for sure.
All right, great. All right, look. All right, so this site, RBBS Holdings LLC. Okay, I think I'm getting that feedback again. It must be coming from you. Yeah, the echo is on. Yeah, it's coming from somebody who has their. Yeah, everybody, please mute your mics, but it's coming from somebody who has their mic open. Okay, all right, great. All right, so this site, RBBS Holdings, LLC.com. This is the site that will serve several purposes. This is the site that you all give people when they ask you, who are you? You know, who do you work for? You know, what company you're with? You give them this site, okay? Also, if you have deals that you have already, like some of you are already, experienced real estate investors, you've been kind of doing some stuff within the industry, you may have deals that you have on the contract that you can't seem to flip out. You may have some properties that you own, you can't seem to find buyers for them or people to flip them out to, so you can go in and make your end profit. If you have those type of things, you can come here and you can list your property with us. Okay, when it says sell my house, whatever the case may be, you can come right here. You can kind of just fill out the information, click it, and go to it, and list your property with us. You can just complete the form. Okay, for investors that have properties that they need to sell, you can become. We have several areas that you can work on called buy wholesale deals. Okay, let's say if you're an investor and you or you know someone who buys wholesale deals, who's looking for good wholesale properties, properties that they can do fix ups, fix and flips on and things like that. They can come here and sign up, become one of our VIP, to be on our VIP property list. This is where we're going to be posting all the properties that we have on the contract. Okay, the ones that we haven't found buyers for yet. We're going to be posting them on these lists, and people can come and join our VIP list and have access to those properties. When I say people, we're talking about cash buyers, not someone who's looking to flip this out to a cash buyer. We're talking about actual cash buyers. Does everybody understand that? Yes.
Yes.
So this is where actual cash buyers will come. They will become part of our VIP list, so that when we get properties on the contract, we'll have an in-house network of cash buyers that we can immediately show these properties to. That's going to help you all to get your properties flipped out much quicker. Okay. You all can go through the site. If you all notice, like I said, it took me a while to do this because I had to rewrite the wholesale language. Those of you who are in wholesale, you can, a lot of you all know how indifferent wholesaling sounds. When you look at a lot of wholesale sites and the way they describe what they do, it's rather matter of fact, but it's not very friendly, as I would say. It gives you the impression that all wholesalers do is look to get people's properties for less than what they're valued at. And that doesn't sound very nice, now does it?
Nope.
Okay, it doesn't sound very nice. So my task was to go in after Mr. Hilson, my partner, constructed the site. My task was to go in and rephrase everything, rewrite the language of wholesaling, every page. And from the get-go, when you start reading some of this stuff, at the top it says, RBBS Holdings LLC, property investments, in the United States, we buy houses, apartments, and land in all major U.S. cities nationwide, servicing the needs of distressed property owners and helping investors succeed in any local real estate market. Now, the trick was to have a site that emphasizes that we are here to help people who are in foreclosure, who have distressed property. We're not here to take advantage of them. That's not what we're here to do. Okay. If we feel like a property does not have enough equity in it, we don't approach people. That's why we only approach those individuals who have at least 70% of equity in their property. Because those are the deals that we can actually work. Those are the deals that we can actually offer them significant amount of money in their pocket at closing. We never want to approach anyone and not offer them cash in their pocket at closing, at least a minimum of $20,000. That is our CSR, if you want to, kind of, that's our community service, or whatever you call it. That's how I see it. That's our CSR. Okay. We always want to be able to approach people that we can offer them significant amounts of money in their pocket, and that still gives us a good amount of money that we make at close, and that allows us to flip properties out to end buyers so that they can make money. So we had to find a way to word this in what we do to appease those people who are facing foreclosures, who are desperately seeking a way out, but at the same time, we wanted to appease the end buyers, real estate investors who buy houses cash. And that's not an easy task to do, okay? So, but as you read through some of this, National Network of Real Estate Investment Professional, RBBS Holdings, is one of the top national real estate investment firms because we focus on identifying the right properties best suited for opportunities to create value. We meet the needs of qualified property owners needing to sell fast by focusing on properties that meet our acquisition guidelines. We're able to satisfy the financial needs of the property owners as well as the property equity needs of our cash buyers. Our corporate social responsibility, CSR, is creating fair, equitable solutions for everyone involved in the entire process. We primarily invest in pre-foreclosure tax delinquencies and other distressed property circumstances, giving investors the equity needed to greatly improve the properties, adding value to the community. Okay, now, are we not saying the same thing that every other wholesaler is saying it? Yes, we are, but we're saying it in a very, very much toned down, very lighthearted, very extending a helping hand, language. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, and we wanted to make sure you all had a site, and when you present this, you can feel good about what you do. You can feel good about presenting this to people and letting them take a look at it and not have to worry about them thinking, they're just another wholesaler trying to take advantage. Okay, Mr. Shell and I, we had a long conversation about that. As I explained to him, we would never, ever, ever be one of those companies that call someone up and tell them, we're going to give you a win-win. We're going to pay off all your liens and keep you off the credit. But we're going to send them out the door with nothing in their pockets, basically going homeless, and no fiduciary funds to start over or anything. Okay? I'll be honest with you. I don't look at companies like that with a very, positive outlook. I don't have them in any high regard whatsoever, because those type of companies really do take advantage of people. They really do. I mean, they prey upon people, and this company would never be that type of company. Okay, meeting the needs of distressed property owners needing to sell fast. We're particularly proud of our service and commitment to providing real options to distressed homeowners in bad situations. When you need to sell fast, whether it's because of bankruptcy, foreclosure, divorce, probate, tired of being a landlord, or any other reason, we're here to help you fast. The most popular way we help property owners sell fast is by making lightning fast, all cash, no strings attached, hassle-free offers that includes a considerable amount of cash to them at closing. The process is super fast and super simple. If you're interested or want to know more, call us right now at 855-611 RBBS. Okay. Great fix and flip deals for local investors. Our highly effective marketing strategy is so efficient. Well, our highly efficient marketing strategy is so effective. Most of our properties, let Gary in, most of our properties under contract never make it to the open market before being acquired by local investors in cities throughout the country. If you want to be among the first to gain access to some of the highest equity deals in the industry, join our VIP list today. Okay. Then we have some, these are actual what's what I'm looking for? Comments or referrals from my partner's business, Capital City Home Buyers, and since we are now partnered with him, and these are actual people that he's actually dealt with over the last 10 years. Some people he dealt with was giving him some reviews and things like that. So we just switched out his company name for our company name since we are now merged into the same company. Okay? So when you look at some of these reviews, they are actual real reviews, but they're from his company from before we merged. But since we are now merged, we're using those same reviews. Does everybody get that? All right. So we want everybody to feel real comfortable with the site, feel real comfortable with sharing it, and feel real comfortable about the company that you are representing. Okay. You can go through and read all these, the about us, frequently asked questions, and things like that. But we like the site. We think it's a very good site that we put together, and we think it's going to really present it's going to present wholesaling in a whole different light. So that's the site. Everybody remember it, RBBS Holdings LLC.com. I know it doesn't show it up here on the link bar, but that's because we just activated, and it takes about 48 hours for the actual URL to show live on the web. But when you type it in, it does pull up. Okay, and that's RBBS Holdings LLC .com. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna pull it up and share it with you all in the comment section. Give me a second. Okay, I'm sharing it with everyone in the chat section. And there it is. All right. All right. Some other quick changes, updates that we did. I have added the passkey notary services to the Flipstream site. For those of you who are contacting people and you're getting contracts signed, and once you've got everything done and you found your end buyer, and you need to find a title company that is wholesale friendly to closing your deals. Okay. Well, and we do have a partnership with passkey notary services. Okay. This is our partnership with them, where you all basically go here and you submit what you have, or we'll submit it for you, or whatever the case may be. You submit on what you have, and you basically, and then they will then connect you with a closing attorney or title company that is wholesale friendly, that can close your deal. Okay. Whether y'all know it or not, this is a big deal. Okay, this is a very, very big deal. You can click on these and go off there and look at some of the other services too. You can see here. nationwide mobile notary provider. So you never know. So you never have to worry about finding a closing agency that's wholesale friendly. Okay. A lot of you who have done this before, you know how challenging that can be sometimes. Okay. I think Mr. Our the person that just joined with us, Cameron, I think he can tell you, for sure that it is hard sometimes finding, closing agents that are wholesale friendly. So this will be a great asset to everyone. Okay. I've also added a career opportunity page. Now, some of you already are Sequoia Lending commercial loan consultants. Okay. We have quite a few of you all in here who are already commercial loan consultants. As a matter of fact, Gary is a commercial loan consultant. I think Alicia is a commercial loan consultant. Do we have any others in here that are commercial loan consultants with Sequoia? Anybody else?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and who are we?
Carolyn.
All right.
Sherelle.
All right, great. All right. Sequoia is a great company to kind of be with because I'm gonna tell you for a fact. Back in the day, I used to be a mortgage broker and I made great money. This was before the industry collapsed. I was a mortgage broker on the residential side. And I have never made more money than I ever made in my life than I did as a mortgage broker. Okay. And when the industry collapsed and it became almost impossible to become a mortgage broker again because of all the new requirements and guidelines and stuff that they, that they were attached to it now, it is pretty much damn near impossible to become a mortgage broker. I have been wanting to get back into that side of the industry. And when I came across Sequoia, when Gary introduced it to me, and I think Alicia introduced it to him, and he introduced it to me, I immediately saw the value in it. Because anybody who's ever done anything with mortgages or anything else, the normal pay for an actual licensed broker is between 35% of the points and 55% of the points. Okay, that's average. Now, for someone to get into this industry on the commercial side and not have a license, and for that company to pay you 23 to 46% of the points, I'm telling you right now, that's almost unheard of. All of you who are with Sequoia, do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
I mean, look,
100%.
that's almost, I have, over the years, I've looked at other companies that I could have gone with and they wanted me to pay $10,000, one wanted me to pay $28,000, and they were only paying 24% of the points. There's another company that I'm with called C Loans, and I only get 12.5% of the points with them. Okay, so when this company came across my radar, I was like, oh my God, I've got to jump on this. And since I've been a commercial loan consultant with them, I have 6 customers. And I became a commercial loan consultant back in, when was it?
I think it was February, Calvin.
Yeah, in February. Yeah, I became a commercial loan consultant in February. Matter of fact, there it is. On February the 10th, 2024. Okay. That's when I became a loan consultant. And since then, I've gotten 6 customers and I have 4 loan consultants in my downline. Now, Sequoia pays 23 to 46% of the points. The 23% if you just submit the deal and just forget it. There's 46% if you act as a go-between between the processing team over at Sequoia and the client. And that's simply by just including yourself on the emails, and you kind of make sure you pass the emails along to the client. When the client sends those over, you stay in touch with the client and you stay in touch with the processing team just through email. Is that correct, Gary?
Yeah, that's right, Calvin.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you just kind of just make sure that you're passing the information, the request that the client is sending over, you're passing over over the things that the processing team is requesting, then you stay in the loop, then you are connected onto the deal, then you're going to get paid 46% of the points. And that's huge. Okay. I recently just got a new deal this week. It came in, well, it actually came in last week on Thursday. And it's kind of a small deal for California. It's a $400,000. They needed $400,000 to finish a construction. They bought some land. They're building 2 homes on it, and they needed a $400,000 loan. And they came back through. I had dealt with them on another deal before, so they came back through us on this deal, and they're now securing a loan for that $400,000 to finish that deal. They just sent over their executive summary and all the stuff. They've got great credit. They're in the 800 score. They got the 20% down. So it looks like this deal is going to get pushed through. Okay. So, but a deal like that is going to wind up paying me somewhere around, if it's 2 to 4 points on the low end. If it's 2 points, I think I get somewhere around 8-9 grand. If it's 4 points, I think I get somewhere around 12 to 15 grand. Okay. And that's really a rather small deal when it comes to any type of, real estate, loans. There are some deals that you'll be doing where they'll be in the millions, some will be in the high, hundreds of thousands, and they have other deals like truck financing and things like that you can get paid on too. So it's a great company. Anybody that wants to, join the Sequoia team, click on it, and you will be in my downline. It's $29 a month, $29.99 to maintain your website. Any of you who are already Sequoia members, if you want to post your link into the networking lounge area of the site, feel free to post your Sequoia links in this site, in the Flipstream Network Lounge. Okay? Has everybody got me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Feel free to post your links in the Network Lounge. That's what the Network Lounge is for. You can create your own group. You can create your own, you can create your own Sequoia lending group within the Network Lounge and market that to the rest of the members of this site as they come on. Okay? This is not something I'm trying to haul just for myself. Okay? Yes, I can put it on the main part of the site because I own the site, but you all are able to create your posts and post them in the Network Lounge. Okay? And that goes for anything that's real estate related. Now, I don't want someone posted in the Network Lounge who I sell cars. Okay? I got a car for sale. That would not be appropriate. But anything that is real estate related, okay, feel free to post it in the Network Lounge area. Go in and create your own groups and start sharing this stuff and marketing this stuff within Flipstream. All right? Does everybody got it?
Got it.
All right, great.
Got it.
All right, great. All right, so let's get to a little bit of training here. Go back to homepage. All right. One of the things that I want everyone to understand. Okay, first of all, every other platform out there is basically teaching people how to knock on doors, how to just stay local. Flipstream is one of the few platforms that allows you to be able to prospect nationwide without leaving the comfort of your home. Now, with that being said, other platforms, they teach you to just shotgun everything out. Go out and find you a bunch of prospects, just find a bunch of people that need to sell. Okay, they don't have you to do your research first, to do your numbers first. Matter of fact, Mr. Sheldon and I, we were talking about this. One of his partners says that, well, we're taught to just find a bunch of, people who are in pre-foreclosure or people who need to sell their properties, and let's not worry about the numbers until after we find out if they want to sell. Well, that's kind of dumb, right? Because I don't want to waste my time, tracking down people just to find out that they don't have enough equity to do anything. This is why 99% of all the other wholesalers out there, they're making offers that does not include cash in these people's pockets. Okay, can anyone tell me what is the biggest obstacle to closing some of the prospects for wholesaling? People that need to sell their property. What's the biggest thing that keeps you from closing those deals?
They want more money.
They want more money, right? And a typical wholesaler will say, well, they want too much money. Well, no, it's not that they want too much money. It's just that you targeted the wrong type of seller. You targeted the wrong property, right? They're not doing anything wrong for wanting more money, but for their property, you made the mistake of targeting a property that didn't have enough money in the deal to offer them more money. Amazing. See how that turns around? So what would be the sensible thing to do? Anybody? Come on, what would be the sensible?
You want to give them like some type of incentive.
Well, before that though, in order to give them some type of incentive, you have to first identify those properties that have the ability to allow you to give them more incentive, right?
Right.
So why would you want to just shotgun and find everybody that's in pre-foreclosure and then call them all to see if you can put a deal together, and then when you gotten halfway through working the deal, you find out you ain't got enough money in the deal and you can't offer them no money, and they're telling you, well, why are you calling me? And you acting like they wrong. No, you're wrong for even targeting that person in the first place. This is why when we tell you all, we only want you all to send us deals. We only want deals that have at least 70% of equity in them. Even if you're doing a deal by yourself, and you're not going through us, you're not partnering with us on it, I advise you all to never, ever, ever, ever approach someone who doesn't have at least 50 to 60% equity in their property. Because you're wasting your time. And time is very valuable, right? You're wasting your time, you're wasting their time, you're really insulting these people, and you're compounding their stress and their grief. That's all you're doing. Does everybody understand where I'm coming from with that?
Yes.
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 So don't even bother, trying to contact someone until you have worked the numbers and know that you can put a deal together. This is why when we tell you to put these deals together, we tell you to do them on a 40%, 50%, and 60%. Because if you can put a deal together at 40% and you're giving them $20,000 at a 40% offer from the end buyer, right? And you're able to give them $20,000 on a 40%, and you're still making more than $10,000, guess what? You know for a fact you got a deal that you're probably going to be able to make about $30,000 or $40,000 on. Why? Because you're probably going to get an offer somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 65%. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
And doesn't that make life a lot easier for you when you're contacting people, knowing before you even make the phone call, I can give this person $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in their pocket and still make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Doesn't that take a lot of the stress off of you trying to close them? Doesn't that make closing that person a lot easier? Wouldn't that give you a lot more prospects to go after, especially if you don't have to knock on doors?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, what's the point of getting 10 prospects that you got to knock on doors just to find out none of them, can do a deal with you? Because there's not enough equity in their property.
That's a waste of time.
It is a waste of time, and you're compounding the stress on these people. Okay. If you can't, if I see that I can't help a person, I'm not going to approach them. Period. There's no sense in me calling them. There's no sense in me contacting them. There's no sense in me getting their hopes up just to let them down again. That's cruel. That's predatory. This company would never be that. It would never be that. I don't ever want to hear about you all calling people up, oh yeah, I can, we're gonna help you out here. We're gonna be able to pay off all your liens and keep this off the credit. Now, isn't that a win-win? Not that color, it's not a win-win. It's a win for you. It's not a win for them, right? That's really taking advantage of people. So don't even go that route. The only way that we will start contacting people like that is once we have our own money in-house and we can actually buy that property with our own money without having an end buyer. That would be part of what we call our foreclosure rescue program, where we are turning those properties into active securities, getting them fully funded, helping the people to stay in the home, right? And lower their monthly payments. Or if they choose to leave the home, we can offer them as much as 50% of the value of the property. That's the only time we'll ever do that is once we have enough capital in-house that we can buy those properties ourselves without having to flip them out to an end buyer. Does everybody understand that?
Understood.
Okay. All right. So let's do some little training here real quick. All right. As you all know, we deal with PropWire, which is the partner that we work with. They never charge us anything to search properties and do our research on properties. Now, what I want people to start doing, I know when I first started doing this, I was training you all to put in a lot of the filters, but I only want y'all to start using just 2 filters. I don't want y'all to use 2 filters. Just 2 filters. The only 2 filters that you're going to be, I'll take that back. The only 2 filters you're going to do on lead types, let me clarify that, on lead types. On lead types is going to be pre-foreclosures, okay? And it's going to be high equity. Now, I know a lot of you say, well, what about the empty nesters? What about the vacant home? Well, when you put in the empty nesters and the vacant homes and all that type of stuff, you'll open it up to have a bunch of landlords and a lot of other stuff that comes in there, like stuff that's going to the auctions already, scheduled for the auctions, things like that. You kind of want to keep it just on high equity and pre-foreclosure. Okay? If you don't agree with me, just try it for a couple of days and watch how you get better results. You get all deals that you can actually work, and you get workable deals. Okay? Because the key is to get workable deals, right? That's the bottom line. You want to get workable deals. I'm correct?
Yes.
The next section is property type. Only do single family homes. Do not do mobile homes. Mr. Sheldon would tell you the difficulties he's having with the mobile home that he has on the contract. And he's looking to us to help him to try and find a buyer for it. And it's going to be difficult because it is a mobile home. Right, Mr. Sheldon? So let's stay away from mobile homes. Stay away from condos and townhouses until you have more experience. If you are an experienced investor and you can deal with condos and townhouses, that's fine. But multi-families, I would stay away from those because when you're dealing with those people, unless you have money for deposits, and I'm not talking about no 100, 200, 300, $500. If you're dealing with someone who owns a multifamily unit or multifamily units that's more than 5 units in it, they're going to ask you for deposits in the thousands of dollars. Why? Because they're experienced landlords. Okay? And until you have that, there's no reason for you to even start that. And if you start doing that, if you don't do those deals correctly, you can wind up losing a lot of money in deposit. Does everybody understand what I'm saying?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay? So stay away from those, stay away from commercials, stay away from all that until you've done some deals and you got at least, I wouldn't start doing any of those until you got at least 200 to 250 grand disposable money just sitting off on the side somewhere. Okay? Stick with single family homes. There's enough of them out there for everybody. Trust me on this. All right? Price range, depending on where you are. In Florida, I'm going to go all the way up to 800,000. But this is Florida. Okay? You got Miami, you got Tampa, you got, Fort Lauderdale, Florida Keys, and all that stuff. You got a lot of high price, high value property here in Florida. Okay, so I'm going to deal with that. Once we go over to your property, your owner filters, you're always going to click individual. Don't want to deal with businesses. You don't want to deal with banks or trusts because they're going to want to see a whole bunch. They're going to want to see proof of funds. They want to see deposits. They're going to want to see all this stuff that you ain't got. Okay, so don't deal with them. Deal with individuals. Has everybody got me on that?
Yes.
Your next filter.
Yes, sir.
All right, your next filter you're going to deal with is going to be the financial filters. You're always going to take that equity line, and you're going to roll it over to that 70%. Okay? Especially if you're doing partnership deals with us. We don't want to see anything come to us that has less than 70% equity in it. If you're doing these deals by yourself, you can go as far down as 60%. Okay? Always slide it off 100% because if something has 100% equity in it, there's something out there that and if it's in pre-foreclosure and it's in 1% equity, there's something out there you don't know about. And you never kind of want to deal with stuff that has a great chance of having something that's going to come back and bite you in the butt, right? Just before closing, that ruins the whole deal. Does everybody got me on that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So 70%, take it off 100, take it down to about 98. All right. Then you're going to go with, you see how it's narrowing it down. Now we're down to 3,000 results. Then you're going to go with your foreclosure filters. Now, in some states, they don't have what's called, you're going to click the notice type. In some states, they don't have this pending. In some states, they have notice of default. Okay, like California, I think has notice of default. Okay. Florida has list pending. So if you start putting that stuff in and you're not seeing anything pull up, go back in and change the notice type. Got it, everybody? But in Florida, you're going to click list pending. That's what we want to look for in Florida, list pending. Then we're going to go to the notice date, right? You want to pick no more than a year on the notice date. Okay, if I'm in August now, I'm probably going to go to 2023 and pick probably September or November. Okay, I'm probably going to pick like an October, like an October, something like that. Look at October, and you got to click a number, because if you don't, it won't save it. Does everybody get it? You got to click like an actual number date, like October the 1st, and then it saves it. If you don't, it won't save. You can see him wondering, like, why is it not saving? Because you got to pick a number. Okay? Don't worry about the end date because you want it to go all the way up until now. Then you click Save and Close, and now we get going down from 9 million to 2,700. But these 2,700 are all deals that are what? Workable. Right?
Yep. All off market.
Yep, they're all off market and they're workable. You're not sitting here looking at auction stuff that's already going to the auction. You're not looking at stuff that's already, these are all workable deals. Okay, click on this one, Orlando, right off the top. Look at that. Nice. Look at the home. It's got 93% equity. Probably, obviously it probably doesn't need any work done to it. Is that not the kind of deals you want?
That's beautiful.
It is, man. It just warms my heart to see a deal like that pop up. All right. All right. You got a first and second mortgage. All right. So the first mortgage, they owe $20,475. That's what they owe one. On the second mortgage, they owe $9,172. You've got to calculate paying off both those mortgages. Now, some people probably say, well, they got a property that's worth $450,000 and they only owe $29,000, $30,000. Why don't they just do a cash out refinance? Why don't they just sell the property? Why don't they? It's not for us to figure out why, right? We're not judge and jury. All we know is this property is in list pendants. It's got a notice of foreclosure. There it is right there. They got their notice last month, 7/11/2024. Now in Florida, a property does not go to list pendants until they've missed a year and a half of payment. So for whatever reason, they ain't paying the mortgage. The mortgage is, right? We don't know what that reason is, but we know what the numbers are showing that they're not paying, right? Correct?
That's correct.
Correct.
Okay. So it's time for us to figure all that out. It's for us to look at the numbers, look at the facts. These are the facts. Okay. Right? They received their list pendants. Now, could they still be in the property? Yes, because if they just received their list pendants, they could be in that property for another year and a half before they even got to worry about it even going to court to be scheduled for an auction date. Because that's how it works here in Florida. That's how it works in most states. Okay. It takes almost 3.5 years to fully foreclose on a property. And the list pendants is the first stage of that. But that's the stage that we want to catch people in, is in the list pendants. Okay, because they just received that notice. They know they haven't made a payment in a year and a half. They done received all the late payment notices and all that stuff. They done received all the phone calls of let's do mitigations, let's do this, let's do that. They done received all that stuff. They've been bombarded with letters and stuff from the banks and saying, hey, let's see if we can kind of take this and put it on the end. But for whatever reason, they haven't done none of that. Correct?
Correct.
So you want to be the person that called them up and say, hey, I'd like to make you a great offer on your property. All right. So now let's work this deal. $447,159. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. This property is probably worth more than that. PropWire plays it very safe. Okay. If you're going to put this address in Google and you pull it up on the Zillow or something, you're probably going to find that this property is probably worth more than, or a little bit less. Okay, Zillow has it at 377 off market, but it's off market. They have it from 348 to 389. Okay, but remember you're going on after repaired value. You can also search this in other sites like Realtor.com to see what they've got it at. Realtor.com. Drexel Avenue, is that the? Yeah. Realtor.com shows you some of the stuff that property history, it shows you the property history over the years of what it's sold for. Okay. It's showing you over the years what the property sold for. Okay. This could account for the home value being a little bit off because it sold for $269 before Actually sold for $289 once before, right? But the latest one was $286. You see what I'm saying? But then it had one where before that sold for $220. So this property has kind of been fluctuating up and down depending on who was looking at it or why they was buying. At one time, this property sold for $304,000. Wow. Okay. So let's look at home values. Homes around it, medium sale price $459,000, listing price medium for $399,000. So I'm inclined to go with the prop wire one because remember, this is not listings. These are not homes that list. These are homes that sold. These are homes that are listed. The listing median price in this area for homes around this property were around $399. The actual selling price of the homes in this area were around $459,000. Okay, and you have to look at, and when I look, I'm getting into a lot of stuff here, but what I look at is square footage too. What's the square footage of this property? Okay, this property is 1,168 square feet. So I look at other properties, like this one sold for 960 square feet, but it sold for $220,000. Y'all see that? So does that mean that this property is worth only $220,000? No, that means this property is worth how many dollars per square foot? That's how you calculate it. Okay. So if you want to do an accurate calculation, you take take 220, take the 220 divided by 960. So you got a calculation of $229 a square foot. Okay. Because you can't say that this property is worth the same as that property because this property has more square footage. So if you take that 229 times the comparable square footage, 1168, you got a property value of 267. Okay. And then you kind of compare all the other ones. Here's one that's closer to the size of the home, 289, 1720. Here's one that's 1,412 square feet, but it sold for $304,000. So y'all see how property value can fluctuate when you're looking at the comps and how close the comps are to the property. Okay, and a lot of these are on the same street. So they're very close. All right, so what we do is this. We're gonna take the estimated value, $447,000, right? We're gonna take the estimated value, $447,000, and we're gonna work it from the end buyer's end first. You always want to work these deals from the end buyer end. What kind of offer would you get from an end buyer? Okay, you start at the end, you work it backwards. Does everybody understand why we do that? Does everybody understand why we do that?
Yes.
All right. So we have y'all to do it at 40%, 50%, and 60%. So you're gonna take this and you're gonna work from the end times 40%. That's the lowest possible offer that we're gonna get from the end buyer. But we know that they won't go more than 70%, but I've never seen them really go lower than 40%. Okay. So times 40%, that means we can expect an offer from an end buyer of $178,863. Okay. Now, chances are this house doesn't need any real repairs. Okay, but that's why we do it at 40%. In case it does, we got enough room to still make a deal happen. All right, so 178,863. What we're looking to probably get for that, probably 178,863. And then we have to subtract all the stuff that we have to pay off, including putting cash in their pocket. So we got $20,000 $475. You gotta pay off that first lien minus $20,475. And we still left with 158. We gotta pay off another $9,172 minus $9,172. That gives us $149,000. And we said we wanted to put $20,000 in their pocket, right? Minus $20,000. We do all deals with at least $20,000 in their pocket. So at a 40% deal, we're paying off their liens and putting $20,000 in their pocket. And I'm thinking the attorney fees are probably going to be around $6,000 or $7,000 on a property like this. It's going to have attorney fees, but we know we got enough room to take care of that. So we're paying off all their liens, attorney fees, and $20,000 in their pocket. Do we have can you all make some pretty good money? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes, we can.
All right. Can the end buyer make money? Because they got it at what? 40% of the value. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah, see,
Right? Mr. Sheldon, since you've been doing this, the old-fashioned way, can an end buyer make money on 40% offer?
Yeah,
Yes, of course they can.
of course they looking at chop right now. If they get a property 40%.
Exactly. So now we were able to locate a deal, structure a deal that not only pays the end buyer, that allows the end buyer to get a gravy deal, but allows you to pay off all their liens and do something that other wholesalers not doing, is offering them what, 20 grand in their pocket, right?
Right.
And you're still looking at $129,000 to you, that settlement. So with that being said, can you afford to give them 60 grand in their pocket and still make money? Yes, that's just another $40,000 minus 40,000. You're still making $89,000. You can literally give these people $100,000 in their pocket and still make money. Does everybody see that?
yes.
You add another $40,000 to this payout to them, and that's 100 grand in their pocket. And you're still making you're still making roughly $49,000. Mr. Sheldon, if you could structure deals where you're able to offer the people $100,000 cash in their pocket at closing after paying off all their liens and their attorney fees, and still make $49,000, how many deals you think like that you could close?
I think I can close at least three a month, 4 or 5, 3 or 4 a month.
Like that, right? Because you have something to work with. You have a deal at which you can offer the seller more money and you still make great money. This is the benefit of using Flipstream, or using our way of doing this versus doing it the way Mr. Sheldon was taught, or I was taught, or my partner was taught. And I paid 14 grand and some. My partner paid almost 20, 30 grand to learn this stuff. Mr. Sheldon paid a few $1,000s himself. Okay. This is a more efficient, more effective way of doing wholesale flips. And this is why we call it day trade. Okay. It's always best to be able to structure your deals first and know that you have a workable deal before you start approaching these people. Because even if you approach this person and this person says to you, if that person just says to you, right off the first phone call, they've got a bunch of phone calls from people that's trying to just steal their house and not offer them anything, and they say to you, I'm tired of y'all calling me. No, don't call anyone, and then you can just blurt out, well, what if I can give you $100,000 in your pocket? You don't think that's going to cause them to pause a little bit and maybe rethink hanging up the phone? Anybody?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because at that point, you got nothing to lose. It's a Hail Mary, right? But you can actually do $100,000 in their pocket. Because I guarantee you ain't nobody else calling them with that type of offer. Because they're the traditional wholesaler. They just want to steal the profit. We would never be that type of company. Not ever. Especially when we have the capability of finding these deals, finding these properties that have the right type of equity, that meet our equity standards for us to pursue a deal. And don't get me wrong, we're looking at what? Close to 4,700 deals like this. 93%, 81%, 79%, 93%, 71%, 88%, 71%, 83%. I mean, every deal is a workable deal. Why? Because what? We've done our numbers first, right? And we pinpointed the deals that will work. So any and all of these that you call, you got a deal that's workable. It doesn't matter which one I click on. Look at this one. Nice house, nice neighborhood, 90% equity. Oh, 29,000 on the mortgage. They only got one mortgage at that. 29,000. Then there's Bank of America. We're sure this is a deal. This pending. Just filed last month. Another workable deal. Right? Another great workable deal. Should beat the hell out of knocking on doors and trying to, then after working the deal for 4 or 5 days, come to find out you can't put the deal together. That dog don't hunt with me. I'm sorry. I wouldn't take that dog out hunting nowhere. I'd rather have a dog that I know gonna run down that cool and catch it. Right? I don't want to wait till I get out there in the woods, find out the dog can't hunt. I mean, seriously, does that make sense? You out there with a dog that can't hunt, that dog is worthless. Okay? This is real estate day trade. This is flip street. Okay? And it doesn't take much to just sit here. I mean, it took us what? Literally, it took us about 20 minutes to find this, a couple of great deals. And we're sitting here looking at over 2,000, almost 3,000 deals that we can work. And you got the whole country to work with. Well, pretty much the whole country. You don't want to do deals in South Carolina because South Carolina has a strict, no wholesaling policy. So we don't want to do deals in South Carolina. I think I had it in the, I posted it in the lounge area, the areas that have deals that are, I see you all are posted, that's good. Great, great, great. I posted some stuff in here on the areas you don't want to do deals in, places you don't want to pursue deals in. I know it's in here. Posted in here a list of the states that you kind of want to stay away from. They don't have very favorable wholesale laws. It's going to be hard to find title companies and closing attorneys that are wholesale friendly. Yeah, here it is. South Carolina is one. I think I actually put all the numbers up. Maybe a bit further than I thought it was. Double closing just before this one. The local wholesaling goes. Yeah, states where it's difficult. States where it's difficult to conduct real estate day trade deals. Okay. And that is Illinois, Oklahoma, Texas, South Carolina, and Georgia. Okay. South Carolina is the worst. Georgia is not so bad just in the fact that they have an expedited foreclosure process. They really don't have this pendants. They can send their people like a notice, and within a few weeks, they can have them at auction. So if you bought a house in Georgia, well, if you ever run into trouble, you in trouble. Okay, because they try to foreclose on you as quick as possible. Okay, Texas has an expedited foreclosure process. Oklahoma and Illinois also too. Okay, so just be aware of that. I'm not saying you can't do deals there. It's just going to be hard because most of those deals you look up, they're already going to auction. Some of you have experienced that already by doing some research in those areas. Okay. All right. Now, once you work the deal and you do the numbers right and everything, you got your numbers figured out at 40%, 50%, and 60%. Okay. You got to work the deal. Then you have to find out who the person is, the owner is, and I'm telling y'all right now, don't pay for this skip trace here because it's no better than the free one that we get. If you're going to pay for a skip trace, we're still working out the kinks, working out our deal with the private investigative firm that we're going to have that you all will have to pay like $1.50 per skip trace. We're still trying to work that deal out with the private investigative firm that does that. They are a good firm. They'll get you the number to the president if you want it. But like I said, be prepared for the men in black to show up at your door, but they can get it for you. So we're still trying to work how to deal with them in a way that we can be able to have everything, be able to pay them and all just by doing it from the site. Where you all can just order it right from the site and go ahead and order your skip trace, and they can get it back to you all as soon as they find the numbers and stuff. Paying for skip tracing is just part of the business. Okay. Do we have some good free skip tracing tools? Yes. Are they going to find everybody? No. So you're going to have to rely on some paid skip tracing, especially on some of these great deals that you're getting. If I've got a deal where I could make 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 grand on, I'm going to pay for skip tracing. I'm not going to, seriously. If I got to pay $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, to do a skip trace, I'm going to do it to find that person. Especially when I can offer that person up to 60, 80, 100 grand and still make 20, 30, 40, 50 grand. Do y'all agree with that?
Sure do.
Okay. So, on some of these stuff, just be prepared to pay for skip trace. Okay. Or to do a little bit more, investigating, trying to run down the right phone number to be able to contact these people and make them an offer, or be able to verify the information, get it over to us so we can contact them and make an offer. Like Mr. Sheldon said, he is not that great at closing. So if you're not that good at closing, you would want to do a partnership deal with us where you do this part of it, put together the deal, you find the person, verify the phone number, verify the email address, and then you submit it to us, and then we'll close them, contract them, get them set up for closing, find the end buyer and all that stuff. We do all that stuff on our end. Okay. And then when we close the deal, we'll split the settlement fee check at the end. Okay, so any quick questions? I don't want to be here all night today. This is my first night back. But any quick questions? Thanks, Carolyn. Carolyn says, welcome back. Thanks for me to recap. You know, to go have another engagement. All right, Carolyn had to leave us early because she had another appointment that she had to go to. But all right. All right, look everybody. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right, look everybody. I am working on, like I said, we have our corporate holdings site up. I will be posting it on Facebook, and I'll be linking the contact page on the website for the corporate site too. I will be getting the affiliateship program done. We're still working with the company that does it that I'm going with. They're coming out of Japan. So I have to be up like at 3 a.m. to kind of work with them to get that done because of the time difference. So I'll probably be up tonight working with them trying to get that done so we can get the affiliateship, get you all your affiliate links, and so you all can start sharing your links for people to sign up with Flipstream. And when they sign up, you all will get 25% of their monthly subscription fee every month. So if someone signs up $19.99 per month, and then you're getting 25% of that each month, that means you're going to get $5 a month for each person that signs up on your affiliate link. If someone does the 2,500 lifetime membership, of course, you're going to get $625 for someone that does a lifetime membership. All right. So, and that's a one-time fee. The lifetime membership is a one-time fee. The monthly, if they sign up for the monthly subscription, $19.99 a month, you're getting $5 per month. Once we hit our first 1,000 subscribers, that fee goes up to $79.99 per month. So that means if you refer someone over to that, once we get our first 1,000 subscribers, your monthly fee would be not bad. Your monthly fee would be $20 a month. Okay, so get 100 people doing that. You got some money, right? Even at the $5 a month, get 100 people doing that. You got to put a little decent little reoccurring check every month. All right, so that's what I'm working on, trying to get that done. Of course, if you have any questions in the day, you can always go to the site and hit the little chat button and chat with me. It'll pop up. Either myself or my partner will see it, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. If you need something done that's more in depth, then you basically just go and you schedule your private consultation. All right. My partner and I, we're going to be doing a live podcast probably every Thursday night at 7 p.m. It's going to be an actual podcast. It's going to be like for 45 minutes. It's going to be like a 45-minute podcast that we're going to start doing. We really need you all to start sharing all this stuff that we put out, sharing our videos, but we need this to go viral. If you all want to create your own YouTube channels and call it Flip-Stream, you can do that. If you want to create your own Facebook page and call it Flip-Stream, you can do that. We want to make sure the name Flip-Stream gets out. We want it to go viral. And the way for it to go viral, we need to have more than two or three of us sharing stuff that has Flipstream, creating YouTube channels and sharing our YouTube videos, TikTok, everything. So let's make Flipstream go viral. I'm gonna try to get those affiliate links out so you all can start getting credited for that stuff and start making money on that too. All right, that's all I have. Like I said, I apologize for my absence. I've been dealing with some medical issues. I'm going to be heading to Walter Reed here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to run some more tests and stuff and try to get my, my glucose levels and stuff under control. So, but other than that, that's all I have. All right. If nobody has any questions, that's going to do it. I thank you all. I appreciate y'all. And I was,
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, and glad you're back.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
welcome back, Mr. Butler. Welcome back.
All right. I will see you all next Wednesday. You all will see my partner on Sunday. He's handling the Slipstream Live that we have every Sunday morning. So you all see him on Sunday. And I will see you all next Wednesday. Good night, everybody.
Good night.